have nothing going on in my mouth.
Your face has blood on.
It does have blood on it. But my face. You know, the car is scratched, but the engine runs fine.
I think that's true, man. Sometimes, Greg, you maybe lead with your heart and who you are too much.
Yeah.
Where you're just a guy in the streets with blood on their face, offering a banana, and you're going, I don't get the world now. People don't see people as people anymore. I'm a good guy. I'm a dad of 2. And you're just, for them, you're a guy with blood on their face, offering a banana.
That is a cat.
Can you eat the mic a little bit?
Oh, sure, man.
That is a cat. Are we going? God bless. That is a category.
We're always recording with Alex.
I know, but I want to make sure
so.
because this is good.
Yeah, we're on fire already.
This is a thing you said about me that I could list 70 stories.
Right.
70 stories of times where I've walked up to a woman and went, need a ride? And they're like, no. And I'm like, why is
like,
it
with that energy, it's so much more threatening than if you were trying to be threatening. If you were like, ma'am, can I give you a ride somewhere? Like that would feel safer than need a ride? I'm like, do you?
It's dark. We're a weird neighborhood.
You your mouth.
Get in. Shut up and get in.
And I don't think
I'm not going to take no for an answer.
Shut up and get it.
I have like several of those.
one is a lot. Several is out of control.
Is insane.
Especially when I take my Adderall, I get way more outgoing.
Right.
And so
You're
I want
gonna
to
eat that on mic.
Well, I know. I will say this. I would
That's
listen.
my number one. I'll stop listening to this podcast.
I'll say this. You're right. I listen to you.
Just chew off mic.
Nah, it's fair. Listen, you don't got to tell
Greg,
me.
go eat a banana
I've been
outside,
telling
man.
this guy.
It's on your shirt. You're bleeding.
Oh, God.
Who needs rides? What women in this town?
Want a bite? Also, it's really not accepted in public. Like as much as you
offer a
think.
bite.
What's so weird is like you offering me that, there's a lot of layers to kind of parse through. But like if we were sitting at a table in a restaurant and you offered me a bite of something, would it be a question? That would be something that would be like acceptable.
Right. Imagine you're sitting at a steak dinner and imagine the camera is on your face.
Yeah.
And a fork slowly enters the room with a piece of steak on it. And the guy at the table next to you is going, want a bite? Right? That's fun. Rapists ruin everything. Rapists and killers ruined everything. We could be living a life where people are just fucking out there handing forked over steaks to each other.
I'll say this. I hope that
Can we go back one comment about the escalation of
Rewind.
rapists and killers ruin everything, especially communal eating.
Yeah, that's not. There's other
How did
things.
they burst that bubble, Greg?
Yeah.
Sorry, Live, I interrupted.
I don't think that that's a them thing. That's health and hygiene, disease, just general, space invasion. Like that. That's not necessarily escalating to murder and rape. It is just like unpleasant.
I think if you take a bite of a rapist steak, he thinks that's an okay sign for him to then try to get you.
Yeah, those people are maniacs.
Yeah, but again, I think. All right,
I love the idea that would happen at a restaurant. As you go, hey, have a bite, huh?
Well, somebody slowly bringing a fork towards you laterally. Like,
and you're just because you're chewing your food, so he's got to sneak it in
And we're talking
during
steak.
one of your bites.
Yeah.
Right.
So he sneaks it in. You go, that didn't feel like fish. And then, did you put steak in my mouth? And he goes,
thought I was eating potato.
but did you like it? And you go, it was actually pretty good. All right.
Yeah.
So maybe don't put me in prison.
Yes, then maybe my wife can shut the fuck up. His kids are there too. So what's he doing? That's my future, man.
We hate going out to eat with dad. We hate it.
Well, you say if you give him the in, to get back to that, is that sometimes is that rapists, murderers, thieves always need the in. You know this. Remember when I got robbed in Paris? The thing, they would go, do you want a cigarette? And then you go, yes. Then they go, gun. I swear to God. But if you go, no, you run away. They like to get you with the first opening question. How many times you see those homeless people, and they're like,
baguette?
Do you have the time?
Gun.
Croissant?
Musket.
Handgun?
This is a 2008 bit. I can't get into this. But how many times do you see a homeless guy run across you? Do you have the time? Then you get there, like, give me money. And you're like, what? No, I think we have the time.
Right.
Give me your money. That's it.
Yeah, it'd be great. And I know they're not, this is a, it'd be great if they were like, do you have the time? I'm late to be somewhere.
Right.
I actually have to be at the, I need $1 from you store.
Yeah.
If they, if they started getting,
more fun.
more
Yeah,
fun.
that'd be fun.
More fun. How do we lead into this? I feel like we got off topic.
You were eating a
You
banana.
offered us your banana.
Yeah, you offered us some. I would like to imagine that in Talktown we've broken down so many barriers that that's kind of something that can happen and no one's. But we in the real world, in this town that we're living in real time,
Rome, Italy.
not such for me.
Let me throw this at you, and this is a broken idea,
Okay, great.
and so repairs may need to be.
Sure.
I'm coming with a half.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
here.
that's what
Repairs
we're, yeah,
needed.
we're here. We're just fixing
You're in the
stuff.
shop right
This
now.
is maintenance.
Yeah, I had an idea of applying to be a racist. Now, what that means is, if you're a racist,
Livey's face on from excitement to what this could be to disappointment to what it is.
I was so
funny.
ready for something really not that.
sure.
Just like a parent watching their kid do the thing they told them not to do again.
Well, I mean, I'm walk me through what you're about to say. A
Okay.
broken idea is the good start.
So I have a basic truth that I try to live by, which is that you need all kinds, and you're not going to get rid of all kinds by pretending they don't exist. But if you let people if we accept people for what they are,
Yes.
and then find the place for them, and also expect that of them, it's not as bad, right? So like if you go, everyone has to take the racist test, right? We go, we'll just see how racist you are. You know what I mean? It's like these guys are 3, right?
I mean, I think we should acknowledge that like all white people are inherently a little racist. We've been brought up in that. Like you're on the right page.
Does anyone need anything?
Yeah. Let's step out of this. Let's step out of this for a minute.
No, I'm with you. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Keep
I was
going.
raised in Newark, the only white guy, so I think that my perspective is that of a different type of. Also, people are people, and I'm going to say that. I think anyway.
You gonna call?
I got to call Ben Shapiro. He's going to love this. No.
So there's a test
There's a
to
test
see like
to see
what your prejudices are.
Look, we all got flaws.
Yeah.
Some guy goes, yeah.
I'll say this after. I want you to do your whole thing, and then I'll have my questions.
Can't fire that.
This guy,
Can't fire that.
this guy goes.
A phrase that doesn't mean anything, and I still don't understand.
It's a fun phrase.
fun
Someone who's
phrase.
listened to episode 1 4 times.
Yeah.
Is that from episode 1?
That's from episode 1.
Wow.
That's one of
That
Greg's
goes
original
back.
segments.
I said that.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Because as you guys are saying this, I'm going, I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah, because you said
I don't
it, so you
understand
didn't
it.
hear it. You said it.
One
Right.
of Greg's segments, listening back, was a conversation. That's literally the idea. He goes, you say something, and then I go, let me campfire that. And then I talk.
And then I talk.
That was the idea.
'Cause it goes around the
was
campfire.
what, yeah, for sure. What we've known as a conversation in our society for years.
And more structured
But I will say-
podcasting.
Yes. And to Greg's defense, a cooler way to enter a conversation.
100%.
Let me campfire that.
Yeah. Or next. I got dibs. And it also, a quick note should be that this is the first episode I'm not high.
Right.
So this is my
Oh,
first
yeah.
episode. This is kind of exciting to be here. I've never done this before.
Clean energy.
This is my first year.
What were you saying? Go ahead.
Yeah.
The
So like
application.
we find out, like, so if you're like, hey man, you're a little racist. We don't hate you. I don't hate you for being racist because you couldn't control that. Because if you lived with someone's genetics and all of their past experiences, you would be them. So we should have empathy for those people. But where can we put you and how can we work you? Right? So also guy goes, the new Star Wars movie sucks. But then you look at his shirt and he's got a badge. It goes, 15% racist. You go, all right, so maybe the fact that there's black people and women in it, I can take a little away from this guy's Star Wars opinion. You know what I mean?
I see what you. It's used to kind of like regulate. Like if somebody says something and you don't know anything about them, you're like, oh, but you hate
Right.
these people, so
Sure.
I don't care if you don't like this restaurant.
But if it works the
Right.
opposite, if he goes to a Indian restaurant and he goes, that was unbelievable. You go, and he's a racist. This food must be unfucking believable. You know what I mean? Like, it is like so
Those
many
Yelp
uses.
reviews matter more.
Yes, absolutely. It takes a stance to it, right?
Yeah, man,
I mean,
I'm
you
on
got a-
board.
You got a point.
Yeah, you
Also,
got a
if you
great
know
point.
someone's a little something, a little racist, and then you're having a good time with them, you kind of go, like there's a little more. It's good when you have it in the open. You go like, this is this guy's problem. Like I don't want to like talk about. I'm trying to have a new rule because you said something last week that changed my life, which was. Give me a 6 instead of a 10, right? So I'm trying to go 6 instead of 10 now, instead of constantly bringing up rape, pedophilia, racism, which is where I always
And yet
go.
somehow that's almost all we've talked about
know,
since we started
I know.
recording.
And like just
It's the
remember.
first day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First day
Yeah.
on the job. I'm in training.
Yeah.
No, but like if you got someone who's their mother died,
Right.
Yeah.
and you may not go into the big, heavy death mom jokes, right? Or maybe you go super heavy because maybe they like it because that's how they deal with their trauma. Yeah, so I think we should apply to be also, this is another one. This is to the same point, and I apologize.
Please, man.
If you need to get in, we get it, whatever. But this was the main where this all came from, is that as I enjoy...
Greg might be the only person to campfire himself.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to let you finish. I have something to say. Okay, so here's...
When you're done, can I go? No problem. Well, because I remember where this idea came from.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I apologize.
No, you're good. We're just fucking with you.
Okay, I don't want to say, but let's say someone in my family loves being, and we all do, love being fun racist, right? We're not racist, but it's fun being ironic, and not even racist. For me, sexism is more fun because my parents, my mom was a nurse. I was bred to believe all women are smarter than men. So when I met men who think women are dumber, like that's hilarious to me.
Sure.
It's fun to walk around and be like, look at them with their bird brains. Like that's hilarious, right?
Right.
If you mean it, it's not funny, right? So my dad said a thing that was a little racist, but I know my dad's not racist. And I was like, man, you can't say that. And he was like, yeah, why not? That's how we play. It's funny. And I go, but what if they hear it? He goes, they're not here. And I was like, man, that's a really good point. Like, he's like, I'm not here. I'm making fun of you. I'm trying to make you laugh. I'm not trying to make them laugh. I'm not going to say it to their face. And I was like, okay, ironic racism, there's something to it. But I want to have firemen who aren't firemen. Okay. They're just... Sorry, I really fucked this up.
No, go slow. I think I'm following you.
Yes,
so just don't lose faith.
Just
go slow. You're amongst your friends.
The idea, slow down. The idea came from when the firemen came that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there was one guy kind of walking around, just being a fucking fireman. Except he wasn't putting out fires.
Right.
He was going, these fucking guys over here, they don't do shit. Like he was that, and I went, I want that job in Talktown. Where he doesn't have to do fires. He gets to be a stereotypical fireman. And then we can get a stereotypical woman and they can
What is a stereotypical woman?
Oh, you should look in there. It's a mirror. No, I'm kidding. No, but like, I don't know. It's a broken idea. I was hoping you guys would have.
But I'm interested in like, what you think this job of stereo. I'm with you on like, there's a lot of occupations in Talktown we haven't even figured out yet.
Of course, sure.
We've got the ringers in the caves with their cloaks, and
the
they're
racist
listening to phone calls. And we've got,
I guess,
all
the
kinds
racist,
of other psychos.
The racist as an occupation. It's like, oh, he's racist, but that's his job. What does the racist think of this?
So wait, but what if what if they change their ways and do they no longer have the job? Like, do they have to take a test? Like, my mom has to take a beauty test every year to renew her license or whatever. Do they need to do that to keep at the job? And we don't even know that there's going to be a job in Talktown, but I am interested in the idea of the position.
Yeah, I do want to see like what its purpose is.
Yes. Yeah, we'll unpack it a little bit more. But yeah, this is the first question I have.
This is what's going to blow your mind, or it won't work at all. That's the beauty of the town racist, right? We all know he's the racist, right? So because of that, we make him hang out with people not a lot like him, and he's going around being the racist. And everyone knows to treat him that way. He's going to become not racist, but he still has to be the town racist. So now he's not racist off screen, right? And I think that's better because now his heart is cured, but his aesthetic is not. Where usually his aesthetic is I'm not racist, but his heart is dirty. So I think by becoming the town racist and getting it all out there, it's like the joke you think is funny, then you say it on stage and it doesn't get a laugh. Mm-hmm. When you're the town racist and you're saying racist things, people are going to be like, especially in Talktown, because it's a small town, we're pretty good people. I would think, we're going to be like, yeah, man, here's why that doesn't work, right? And then it's going to fix him.
I think I know where you're at. I think I've got it. I think so. We're testing people to see how racist, how prejudiced, how many stereotypes they have. Because normally people don't share those and move through the world and are racist that we don't know about.
Yes.
So if you are racist, you become town racist, and it's basically immersion therapy to expose you to different groups of people to understand why your beliefs are wrong. And over time, you become less racist, and other people maybe fill that void, and they have to learn. So it's like it's a rehabilitation position.
And this is the craziest part about it, is I truly believe we don't hate you for being the racist. Now, and the reason I say that is we accept you. We accept you for what you are because, listen, you are what you are because of what happened, whatever that is in your brain. So we don't agree with you,
right?
But we accept you And then through that, by not shunning you, you will become not racist.
Right. I think we probably need to call them not the town racist.
Yeah, I think what's tripping maybe both of us up is the role being town racist.
Yeah, maybe just like the leading alternative thinker. So they don't, because they're going to go, you know what I mean? For them, they're going to go, I'm the town racist. Racism is a bad word.
Yeah.
Not in Talktown.
No, it is in Talktown.
In Talktown, what I'm really trying to push in Talktown is we do not judge, we accept, and we eliminate. So the thing with murder.
Right.
Sounds like a final solution type situation.
Right. But hating someone based on their race is going to, like, if we have a word for that.
Yeah.
And so to call someone that to rehabilitate them, they're going to have a chip on their shoulder about
that's
that.
Not going to.
They're going to be
I think the concept behind this, coming from a good place, I get it. Just kind of some execution
broken
stuff.
idea. This is why we have to fix it.
Yeah.
This is an idea where I'm going, hey man, get us in the air. I don't know how. And someone's got to build the airplane, right?
Sure.
I think use this. Yeah. Hey man, not all are going to be winners. You know,
That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's all right.
It's a workshopping.
Right.
Yeah.
I got it. Sorry.
Okay.
So this comes back to my idea of, so what the problem I'm trying to fix is, and this, I hate to bring it back to this, but it's a main thing I think about. It's a thing that's always bothered me, is pedophiles. And the reality is we just call them, we go, that's a pedophile, that's the worst thing in the world. I go, yes, of course. But it's an injury. It's a fucked up thing in their brain. They didn't choose it. They just are that way. And by pushing them away, and not by pushing them away, by just being like, they're evil, you never cure them. You never fix them. But I think by being like, no, that's an illness. Let's not judge them till they do the thing. And if they do the thing that's wrong, jail, die. Who gives a shit? I don't like, you can't be on, I'm not mad at you, but I don't think you should be on planet Earth anymore. And so I will, with a sad eye, cut your head off. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about pedophiles.
One sad eye. The other eye beaming with
Straight
pride.
ahead.
One eye, well, staring at your neck.
Yeah, one's got to keep an eye on the sword.
One's doing a job here, pal. All right.
But this is my thing, and it comes with race. With this is a bit I was kind of working on with Trump supporters, right? Because a lot of people I know hate Trump supporters, and I go, stop hating them, because as an atheist, I have to deal with people who believe in things that are way worse. If you think Trump is worse than religion, you're crazy. Because Christianity has been way more sexist, has been way more fucking bullshit. All of religions have been way worse.
Homophobic, anti-poor, and
If I have to take someone, my father, whom I love more than anything, is a huge Catholic, but I don't agree with that part. And so when I look at Trump supporters, I go, I don't agree with you, but I also think you kind of fell into a thing. And so I don't care. I can love everything else about you. I just don't agree with that part. And so I have to try to then look at that with everything. I'm trying to look at that with racists and pedophiles and all those guys and people who work at Dunkin' Donuts. You know, I just go, you hate them. You hate them.
God, you hope they all work and you hope they're all at Dunkin' Donuts. So you don't have to walk around with this. You get your one-stop shop.
Yeah.
This got too heavy. But that's where that was all coming from.
Yeah. I have to go to the bathroom.
All right.
Nothing to do with the conversation.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But
That's fun.
it's
Push pause. Let's,
yeah.
Get it out. There's that music anyway, so I feel like it's probably.
where you're like,
Nah, just
pause.
do it.
Sure.
Oh, where'd that come from?
I had it in my pocket and I forgot.
Brought it in the bathroom?
I did, but it's closed up. We can talk about that.
Wait, what is it?
So,
Yeah,
Let's get into restaurants.
yeah.
Well, this is restaurant.
Yeah.
This will bring us in.
This'll bring us in.
Anthony
Wait,
just
what?
went to the bathroom.
Okay.
We just paused the podcast so Anthony could go to the bathroom. He brought me an iced coffee earlier because I asked for one. And then it was just sitting here and I was like, oh, no, there was no straw last time because you were like, no straw. It was too much of a thing. So there wasn't one.
Yeah.
So I've been drinking it, barbecue style, just out of an open. That's what Freed always says. He's always like, I like feeling like I'm at a barbecue, so I don't use straws or tops. And I'm like, I guess, man, but he's not wrong. So I've just been drinking it regular out of a cup. And Anthony just came out of the bathroom and handed me a straw. And he was like, oh, I forgot.
Toilet straw.
I was like, "Did you bring that in the bathroom?" He's like, "Yeah, it's all closed up."
Yeah, I never care about that stuff. People, I'll even go a step further. I don't care about like shrimp there. You could come out with cocktail shrimp out of a bathroom, and I would not bat an eyelash.
But you get mad at me when I offer you the bite of a banana.
I do.
I was
You know what?
mad.
He's
I
right.
learned that from
He's
you.
right. That is a double standard.
I wasn't mad. I'm saying a banana is not your typical communal food.
Yes, it's not like an
That's
orange
Draw
where
out
it's
of
like
a toilet.
I'm not saying. Look, man. I'm not
it is
saying
covered.
you're
I'm
wrong.
not using it, but
Yeah.
you know, I could if it was if roles were reversed and you used it, I want to be like that's horrific, but I'm probably not going to.
Yeah.
I don't know what
get
went
it.
down in there, and I don't want to.
It's been tainted.
Yeah,
It's tainted.
I get people's view on this.
yeah.
Right.
But what I'm saying,
But live your life.
yeah, exactly. It's not one that I ever push back on people because I go, I know how much I'm in the minority.
How
on
often is this coming up that there's food or food-related products in or around a bathroom that people are eating or not eating, and you're kind of in the middle of it?
I lived with him often, and B, pink eye ruled the night.
Actually, it's surprising how little we got pink eye.
Yeah, but it isn't surprising how many weird staph infections we had in our legs.
That is true.
Back to back.
That is 100%
Well, you're probably
true.
just passing the same stuff back and forth between the two of you.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Straws
It never
handed-
gets out. It's
I
a
see-
closed
just see,
circle.
The bathroom is another room. It happens to have a toilet in it, but other than that, that's another room.
You sound like one of these Astoria people I've been seeing to get an apartment. They're like, this is a 3-bedroom apartment, but that one's got a toilet in it. And you're like, that's $5,000. You sound like a real estate agent.
I kind of get what they're saying. You know, all right, there's obstacles in every room. This one's got an oven. Doesn't mean we'll figure out a bed.
This one's got a chair you can shit in.
The shitting chair.
Sitting chair.
Yeah, man, put the lid down. It's a recliner.
Should all rooms have a toilet in them in Talktown?
Oh,
Any room could be a bathroom.
I'm going to say that I would like there to be more bathrooms around. I don't know if
Yeah.
there need to be more kind of rogue toilets.
I'll say this, now that I'm married a long time and my wife shits in front of me, get over it. Everyone needs to get
Prison
over
rules.
it. Yeah, get over it. We should all be shitting
that's the
in
one
front of each
thing they
other.
got right.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things they got right. Fuck anybody, shit anywhere. That's a way I could live, brother. You know what I mean? And if someone bothers you, murder them.
Yes.
You never have to deal
Fuck
with them
Talktown.
again.
We're all just.
If you're,
It's not even like I'm like I could see everybody getting like I personally probably wouldn't want to, but I don't know if like if there was no enclosure here, go to town, do what you need to do if you're comfortable. I
Right.
probably won't because I wouldn't be comfortable, but if people are comfortable, that's fine. I would just like an enclosure.
I'll tell you this: 30 days, you'll be comfortable. 30 days of shitting in front of people.
Well,
you
yeah,
will
you
be
get used to
comfortable.
anything.
Absolutely. I say put yourself.
Stockholm syndrome,
Greg's promise is like Duolingo.
but for pooping in public.
I'm telling you, 30 days. Right now, you're gonna live the rest of your life. Oh, should I shit here? Should I not? Maybe a little uncomfortable. But if you spend a month,
That I'm not debating if I'm comfortable or not and where I should shit.
wouldn't you want to live more comfortable?
I use bathrooms that have doors that close.
Right, but don't.
I live alone.
Sure, but
The cat and I both shit in the same room.
yeah, but you know, go to a Target,
The same
leave
box.
the stall open, and just go.
He uses the toilet. I use the box.
My son, when I pee, he walks in the room. If he pees, he gets mad. He'll run in like, you didn't tell me, you know? And he looks at my penis. He looks at it go in. And he's like, yeah, all right. I love to watch the splash. And I got to push his head back because he doesn't understand that splashing is going to give him a thing. So I got to I'm like, dude, get back. And he's like pushing it forward. And he likes to watch it. And I go, you know what? I guess I would like to watch it. That is kind of fun. But society.
Well, you guys have more fun with what happened. You know, there's more kind of acrobatics and exciting stuff going on. It's fireworks style. Women, it's like there might be blood. Like it's just
I mean,
it's a worse movie.
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, we do get to see a fountain. When I was a little kid, I
Yeah,
used to
fountain
love
style.
I used to really challenge myself if I could fill up the whole all of the water with bubbles.
I still do that game.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's so strong that
Yes.
it's like frothy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like a cappuccino.
Yeah. Yeah. You try to
And
make a Christmas tree.
Really? Yeah, that would be kind of a game. Was to see if I could do the whole thing.
See, neither of you know about this.
And I have no idea the health implication. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could have been going after something that a doctor could have been like, if it's all that, that's very unhealthy. And that's what I'm gunning for the whole time.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
you're not
it's
drinking
not
enough
supposed to be frothy.
Right. But anyway, what were you saying?
Neither of you know about this, but only I can bring this to the table.
Okay.
When you have a brother that's kind of your age, you make an X. You both go to the toilet and you shoot and you make an X.
Yeah, we're only children. That's why we don't know about that.
Well, you're yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the reason.
A terrible thing to find out. You're like, oh, wait, it's not just sibling stuff?
Yeah.
We were doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
I know. But I think someone out there will be like, nah,
I'm sure.
I'm sure two boys.
Yeah.
Guys are doing all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah. But it's only weird because you become an adult and you go, that's bad. That's what I'm talking about. Shit. A room where there's just toilets and some kind of vacuum to get the smell out, and everyone just shits. You know why?
I think.
What do you mean?
The bathroom is
if
the
we're
worst.
starting a whole new town, I think that we just could have a lot of bathrooms. I know that
Double
we've
the
said
bathrooms,
there's too
at
many
least.
bathrooms already because we have had a lot of bathroom discussion already.
Right.
That's true.
We've really covered bathrooms, but not landed on any solutions, I think. Bathrooms are an at-large problem that will continue to kind of sort through.
Yes. I do double the amount of bathrooms.
I 100% think
good, though.
there should be free public bathrooms. There should be way more in restaurants, way more in venues. Like 2 bathrooms to a person.
2, yeah, I like that. Anthony and I used to live in an apartment, our first apartment, which was like a 2-bedroom and it had 2 bathrooms.
Amazing.
No one ever had to wait.
Yeah, see,
It was
that's
great.
I don't think anybody should have to wait in Talktown.
We also had an apartment across that they couldn't fill, so it was always empty, and we used to call it the apartment. And if you had to fart, you'd walk across and you'd go in the apartment.
Nice.
And then someone
the door
rented
was
it.
just open?
Yeah, they wouldn't lock it because it was a
Right, there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
Like we can't tell this place. It smells horrible.
We're trying to air it out. It keeps getting worse.
Every day it smells like new beans.
Yeah, that was
New
fun.
beans?
Nubian. Is that where Nubian comes from? What is
No.
Nubian?
Yeah, that is correct.
What is Nubian? I've heard that before.
I mean,
I don't know.
Nubian.
I think it has something to do with
Africa.
All right. So maybe dicey. Maybe a back out of
don't
it.
think-
We're not going to solve it.
I don't think it's anything. I also don't know that there's anything that needs to be solved. It's
No,
just a quick
it's-
Google search.
Yep.
No, I mean, because I knew. Yeah, all right. Okay. I'm going to get high because I don't like this world.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
going to go back to my safe place.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about restaurants
Yeah.
and tipping and
I
how
definitely do.
I know we talked a little bit about what meals restaurants will be serving, but I think more just like what's the restaurant experience in Talktown?
Right.
Do you have ideas for restaurants?
I mean, I do love the idea. Like, it's so hard because sometimes I'm like, there should be a restaurant for every small specific thing I want. And then I'm like, every restaurant should serve everything.
Yes.
Like, I don't know which is the right lane. But I know I want there to be a lot of them because I enjoy restaurants.
I will say,
Yeah.
make a law to what you're saying.
Okay.
Make a law.
Okay.
If you got it, you got to make it, right? Yesterday, I went to a place that had a child's quesadilla, but did not have an adult quesadilla.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I went, it's the same. It's the same. And I was like, just give me that. You're like, that's for children. And also when it came, it was a huge.
I also, no kids there. Okay, here's my actual real restaurant pitch.
Great.
There's no kids menu, adults menu.
Yes.
But there are different sizes and servings of different meals. Because like sometimes I'm like,
Everything
I
a la
am in
carte,
between
yes.
meals. I need a little snack because I've got spots and then I'm not going to be really eating again until 11.
Right.
But it's 6 or 7. I want a kid's quesadilla. That's the amount of food I want. But I
yes.
can't get that. Give me small quesadilla.
So I know why they do.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this till I had kids. A lot of kids' food is they're not making a lot of money on it because they go, look, man, feeding kids is really expensive.
Yeah.
You come here, we'll give you a $3 chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. That's why they don't want kids buying that shit. And here's the thing. To what you're saying, everything a la carte, right? You got bread? Give me a piece of bread and peanut butter. I'll pay you $1.25.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, it's like I want there to be just like a little bit more. And I know like in the real world, that's not like, something that can happen because of all of the many supply chain and work
We're not
and
in the
labor
real
things.
world.
But we're not in the real world. We're in Talktown. And I want to be able to be like, hey, I want half a sandwich. And I'm only going to pay for half of it.
Right. Also, be like, I'd like to have a sandwich. And the waiter goes, hey, anybody else want to have a sandwich?
Oh,
And then they go, yeah,
I
I would
like.
do half a sandwich. You know what I mean?
This I like.
And now you got to split it. The guy goes, I want a whole sandwich and more. Because sometimes,
1.5.
to be honest with you, sometimes I want 1.5.
One
I don't
and a
want half. I want more.
Right.
But I don't want 2.
But then I want just half. You're like, great. I want 1.5. They make 2 sandwiches. Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. Because here's the thing about problem I run into. I want a chicken parm and a half. But if I order 2 chicken parms, I am immediately judged. B, I get 2 sets of fries, 2 sets of coleslaw. I don't want that shit.
Oh, chicken parm sandwich.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I want a chicken parm and a half.
Yeah.
And then you go, well,
without
that's $30.
the other stuff.
Yes. Or
Yeah.
give me, stop it. More chicken. Just give me 1 chicken parm, double the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't tell me it's another $15.
I like.
This feels recent.
Yeah, it was yesterday. I'm sitting there hungry
of- yeah.
while my kid can't finish his quesadilla,
Right.
but he's just slobbering on it.
Yeah, and then you don't want
And I'm like,
a wet quesadilla.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea that you would tell similar, like, have you ever walked in a dispensary? They're always like, what kind of high are you looking for?
Right.
Ooh.
That's what a restaurant
Yes.
could do, where they're like, tell us a little bit about your day,
Right.
what's going on
I
with you,
love
and we'll
this.
give you the appropriate amount of food for the exact situation you've got going on.
Yes.
Because you're talking about being in between spots. You're just like, sometimes, because I'll go sometimes where I'm like, I just haven't eaten for 10 hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I
I'm
start
like,
shaking.
help.
Yeah. I start shaking.
I walk into a restaurant, I'm literally like, help.
There's spots they can be like, okay, we've got you. Here's a mountain of fried rice, but we're not going to give it to you all at once, because then you're going to do that and
Yep.
make yourself
And-
sick because you're
Right.
so
Yep.
hungry. So
Yep.
we were going to, every 10 minutes, you were going to get another bowl of shrimp fried rice.
Right.
And that
Oh,
would be
man.
perfect. And that's exactly
Yes.
for that moment. And then other times where you're just like, honestly, man, I just need 3 chips and hummus, and then I got to run.
Yeah.
And then they have that.
And
That'd
it's
be
like,
great.
what are you doing after you eat this?
Right.
They're going to help you figure out, like, well, what's the right, where if I'm like, oh, I'm going to be running around town doing stand up, and they're like, okay, you need some protein, you
Right.
need some, like, but if I'm like, oh, I'm meeting a friend and we're having a long conversation, they're like, oh, you're going to be tired. We're going to give you yes, I love this.
Yeah.
How many times have you been on the road?
Oh,
and
God.
all the restaurants are closed,
Yeah.
except this one fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
There's nobody in there. It's like, yeah, I don't want a 4-course, elegant dining
Right.
experience.
Yeah.
Get a bite. Just come out here. Someone give me a bite of something. I'll give you 40. I'll give you
Give
10
me a
bucks.
bite. Yeah. Yes. More communal and more tailored.
How about this? I want this option. I want to walk in, throw a $10 bill on the table, and go, whatever that can get me. This is you sell $70 steaks, whatever $10 will get me, give me that. And someone goes, sure. This way, anyone can eat anywhere. The fanciest restaurants
Yeah.
can serve the homeliest people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also like when you subscribe to a service that they're just like, you're like, I get a box in the mail.
Yeah.
I get
Got
a
much
box
shit
of
in it.
clothes in the mail. I don't know
Yeah.
what it's going to be. That's what you're doing at a restaurant where they're like, here's 2 bites of fish. Here's a celery. We don't know if you like
Half a
mustard.
red pepper.
Yeah. Half a red pepper. Here you go, man.
Yeah,
this
man.
is $10 in our kitchen.
This is $10, man. Or it's a meal. It's this one. Here's this big.
Right.
Here, buddy.
Yeah.
You get to taste it. I like the idea of a restaurant called Give Me a Bite.
I
Where a guy
love
just
that.
walks around and goes, you take a bite of this, you take a bite of that, you take a bite. My hands are clean. My hands are clean. Take a bite of this. Anybody? I like that.
Yeah, I am always like annoyed that there's not more small things that I could have several different ones of.
Yeah.
Like I want a little of everything.
Right.
So this really feels, but I love the like, here's what my day has been. Here's what I've eaten so far.
Yeah.
Because I do this with all my friends. I'm just texting them. I'm like, all right, well, I had like a rice cake with cottage cheese and an egg on it for breakfast. And then I'm having a taco for lunch. What do I do for dinner? Like, is it a salad? What do I do? And like my friends are like, okay, well, we'll help you. This is a professional's job, more of a psychiatrist, but top down, it'll be a restaurant.
I want to say that what you're saying, you just stepped upon something that I love, and I would like to explain here. You know how you go to a massage parlor, then they'll also jerk you off, right?
Yes.
I hate how those are together.
You can look at both of us for this.
Sure, yeah, sure. Sometimes they do that, right? They will. I want that. I want to do that kind of idea with different jobs, not sexual. Hey, I want a psychiatrist to be a waiter. So the psychiatrist comes over and goes, what can I get you? How are you doing? Right? And they go, I'll take a cheeseburger. Not great. My wife left me. And the waiter sits down. He goes, hang on, let me put your order in. And they come back and they go, tell me more about it. You know what I mean? And then they get up and they go, let me get you a drink. Not too many. I know you're an alcoholic. I want my
But
therapist
some.
to also be a waiter.
It's so funny. And then you leave the restaurant and you go, by the way, that waiter therapist, they're amazing. And the cook goes, he's not a therapist. Yeah. He's the only person who's
doesn't even
not
work there.
Yeah. He's always doing this.
Yeah.
You can't, what did he tell you? You cannot do that.
No.
They don't have to be full-on therapists. They could be people who tried to go to therapy school and they couldn't pass and they failed. And like, all right, well, you still want to do this? You can do it, but just at a waiter level. You can do this. You're not going to
Yeah.
full-on,
Okay.
full insurance, full doctor.
very
You can't
funny.
write prescriptions.
Yeah, but they can do the like, wow, excellent choice. And you're like, I feel better. Thank you.
Right.
You
could
can
be a
give good
waiter.
advice at a waiter.
You could be a barber.
Yep.
You
You
could
be a
be
barber.
any of the any of
Yep.
the bartender,
Yeah,
any unlicensed therapist position that
Yeah.
we've been doling
Yeah.
out for years in our society.
yeah. I always think about that with doctors. I guess you'd want to put them in cabs, in case like someone is like going into labor in the back of the cab, or there's a gunshot wound. You could be like, I'm also a doctor here.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Like he failed medical school. Where are we putting failed medical school people in?
I think that.
Oh, okay.
I guess more of and I don't know medical stuff, but I guess more of the stuff that and every person could handle.
Yeah.
And this sound like giving birth. Sometimes you'll see just like anyone in
You just
the
gotta
movies.
catch it,
Yeah,
I think.
Right.
More so in the movies where they're just like anybody can do that part.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think they're allowed to do. They could stitch you up.
Yeah.
Right.
Any kind of like they can't do a colonoscopy.
Sure.
Yeah. But just kind of like on the ground, like something happened. Who's closest?
Right.
Like they should be.
Also, failed medical people should also work in with dead people. Because it's like, well, you can't fuck this one up. And you know about the body. Like, they're already dead.
Or they could practice on them.
No.
What are
it's
they
like,
doing? What job? What job is that?
Throw them in the river or burning them or whatever you do with dead bodies. You clean them.
Neither of those things.
We haven't talked about that.
Yeah, we haven't talked about what we're doing with the dead in Talktown yet. That's maybe a next episode thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a big one.
Yeah.
Well, clearly pranks. I think if you die and you go, you can give away my organs to people who need them,
Yes.
but also you can use me for a prank.
I'm going to donate my body to comedy.
Yeah, but I'd like to be on the Halloween hayride if possible.
If you want to film me with a bunch of other guys in a plane and then we pretend like it's from the future, awesome.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do with my body after I'm dead, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Make it really funny, though.
But goddamn it, if I find my bones in a classroom,
Yeah.
I hated school.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
cool.
I don't want to be the skeleton that they wheel around and try and quiz you on the ribs or whatever. Like, I
Yeah.
want...
Did you know kind of a little bit? What is it? H.G. Wells? Who's the great? Not great. It's crazy. The famous serial killer years ago that was in Chicago.
Chicago guy.
Chicago guy.
Chicago guy?
That's what it- oh,
Chicago
that's it.
guy.
Chicago guy. Yeah.
He
Mike Ditka.
and people will.
Was it Mike Ditka?
Yikes.
Yeah. Today was the day where I needed to get high.
Great.
So,
Yeah,
we're
we got
back.
there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No
Anyway.
one's ever mad at you. I think you're in your head about
Yes.
you being high on the podcast, but we are not.
Yeah,
So-
we are here for whatever this ride is.
Exactly.
And if that's you not high and getting a little deep, or if that's you high and feeling loosey-goosey, we're in.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I love you guys. Tell me about the murderer, G.W. Wells.
Yeah, I never get his initials right. That's not the important part. So anyway, this guy, I probably you can fact this, check this, and people will be like, "You're off. You made this up. This
I'm with
was
you.
in The Bone Collector."
Right.
And I go,
love that
I
movie.
guess it was. But I'm pretty sure that he was selling the people he was killing, the skeletons of them, in schools. Like, because they in biology class or whatever, probably more in college, they would have a skeleton so they could use for reference.
Yeah.
So that was his like way of skirting the bodies.
But like,
Kind of crazy.
That's
right?
really good.
it's a great plan, but I'm like, I don't know if schools are just like rogue buying like they're like you selling a skeleton, like just like
Let me do
a
this.
guy. I think there's like a company that they get that stuff from.
Now, yes.
Now, right
This
now.
is
What?
hundreds of years. This is
Yeah,
like
it's
the
before.
World's
Oh.
Fair
Yeah.
Columbia
Okay,
Exhibition,
okay.
Chicago.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
I work at the
H.H.
H.H.
Holmes.
Holmes.
Oh yeah, there were no laws then. There were
Yeah.
companies.
No,
there was like one company, and they didn't do that.
He built like I think another thing he did. He might have had an Airbnb.
guy's a
It's not an
genius.
Airbnb, obviously,
Yeah, probably an
but
Airbnb.
it's an
He actually
Airbnb, a
started
bed and
Airbnb.
breakfast. He started Airbnb. This guy did a lot of great stuff, actually.
kind of a business genius.
A little bit of a pioneer, you know. But it was basically like a crazy like murder mansion where like the doors locked from the outside. Like he would be like, "Oh, you could stay here for cheap because you're going to the World's Fair," and they would go,
my
"Oh,
God.
great, I'm visiting Chicago." And then they would set their clothes down or whatever. And then the doors would lock from the outside, and then their bodies would be used in classrooms. He was like the murder castle.
Murder Castle.
Yeah, Alex knows quite a bit
So
about
regal.
this.
He's looking it
Oh,
up.
he's looking it up. All right.
I'm gonna.
You want to campfire that?
Well, not campfire it. I want to throw water on the fire here.
Okay.
Because what you're saying is freaking me out a little bit.
Sure.
Okay.
And I was wondering if maybe we get to something a little bit more delightful.
I have one more thing I'd like to say about my dead body.
That's-
No, let's stay on dead bodies.
Yeah.
Just not
But just not
serial
this
Yeah, yeah.
real thing.
Not the
This
real
real
thing.
thing is kind of a little much.
killers. Real
Yeah,
thing got
that
me.
last detail. I don't know why I included that.
I think this.
You know.
I loved it. But it
I think it's important that we know
me
history.
to the core. But it shook me to my fingers and bones.
Don't say bones.
Not my bones.
I I want my body to get to do some stuff that like it doesn't get to do because I'm in it now. Like I'm deathly afraid of heights, but I want you to put my body on a Ferris wheel after I die.
Yeah.
Let it have a good go around.
Hey, if you get shot, just like, got any rocket packs you're trying to test?
Yeah, use me
Get
to
me
test
out
like
there.
human rocket pack that just flies off in oblivion.
I will say, if I was flying, there's only so much to look at when you're up there.
Yeah.
If I saw a zooming Alison Limey with a rocket pack
Yeah.
on her body,
You
all
saw
right,
it,
man.
you go,
Yeah,
she
that's
went
pretty
out the
fun.
way she wanted to go to the moon, Andy. To the moon, Andy. I tell you, if I said this once, I've said it 1,000 times, and to this day, people will laugh as this is a joke. I am 100% true. When I die, I want to be eaten. 100%. I want to be served.
By people?
Huh?
By people?
By my friends, by people who love me, because that is how I will I want to sustain my friends. I die,
so
you
funny.
live longer from my skin, from my bones.
Even in death, Greg was a lot.
Yes.
I'm so full of Greg. And I haven't even touched the fingers yet.
I'm so full of Greg.
I want to be inside you. Eat me. I want to be in you.
That's another good t-shirt.
Yeah. Eat me. I want to be in you.
I want to be in you. Are you a
Doesn't make
cannibal?
sense, except
Because I
for
want you to eat me.
cannibalism.
When it's 3 lines, it's hard to pick up the girl. When it's like, are you a cannibal? Because I want you to eat me. Because I want to be in you. You get 3.
I see what you're
3
saying.
is too
Yeah.
many. You
3
gotta go
is-
1 and then
And then gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set up, punch, out.
Yeah.
Not set up, punch, explanation.
Yeah. Explanation is never good on stage or in picking people up.
I love those pickup lines, man. Where it's like a wild statement.
Yeah.
And then it's you're saying I'm hot. What do they do? Like, did your father a garbage can mechanic? And they're like, yeah, he was. Do you know him? Like it's like, no, because I want to take a dump in your body or something, whatever they would say. I'm a weirdo.
I know what you're saying. It is crazy. Are those still? Because are those still out there? Because
Yeah,
I
I think
remember.
so.
Yeah. It's like, are those space pants? That asses?
No.
Has anyone
That
done those to you?
Pickup
You're a girl.
lines.
I've never heard them in earnest.
Because you have to pretend it's a joke.
Like I
It's a
think
fun
that
joke.
people do. They're like, and then they're like, I'm just kidding. I'm not like that. And it's like, but you are.
Yeah,
but
you
I
did
haven't
that.
really heard that. I don't think. But
Here's
I
the
drink a
thing.
lot.
Here's
So
I
it's
think
what
they're
I say.
phasing out, which is a little bit of a shame.
It is
Yeah.
a
How do
shame.
people pick people up now?
I with my arms.
I'm single. I have no idea.
with pure strength is how I pick them up. That's how I say. I go, I'm into the old school, and I lift them above my head. And I go, I am picking you up and putting you down. You're safe again.
And then you ask, who did you vote for?
Yeah. I like the ones that aren't that good. It's like, oh, are you in a band and you wear paint on your face? Because I want to kiss you. Kiss. You like Kiss? I don't really like Kiss, but I just go, wow, I'm married to anything. The next thing that comes up, I will marry to get away from you.
You think there's a person who goes out like it's kind of a cooler of sorts. This
Yeah.
is an interesting idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is for single people out at bars in our bars.
All right.
You have a person at the bar you can hire them as a cooler where they come in ahead of you.
Oh.
And they
Yes.
go, yeah, hire my services. Yeah.
I see my pants.
And then like you get to go up and you go, I'm sorry, did this guy shit his pants in front of you?
Yeah.
Let me help you out.
Yeah,
What's your
yeah.
name, by the way? And then
great.
you go from there.
Wow.
And that's his job is to sort of just go from bar to bar and just walk up to women and be like, you're pretty. Do you have a dad? I'll be your dad.
Yeah.
And then like a guy gets to come in and be like, is this guy fucking bothering you?
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're like, he kind of is. You're like, sir, can you get out of here? And you're like, fuck you. Fuck you. And then they're off to the next bar of their job.
Yeah.
So I got an idea for a bar. You just sparked a great idea.
Okay.
Right. Okay. I want
Let's
to
hear
call.
it. I love this though. The
Oh.
coolers.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. We got more. We'll come. Okay. Moving on.
Greg, I'll tell you what happened.
What?
Libby was like, that's great. And then Greg goes, shit, did I not say it was great enough? Or give him ample time on his cooler idea? I need to
Right.
let
Am
him
I
know.
interrupting? Yeah.
And then
Short
80% there.
Yeah.
80. Because really what it was, did I not give him enough time? Fuck. I didn't. We should flush that out more. That's really funny. You're not listening actively to a
Right.
friend who would be there for you. You failed
Wow,
him
it went-
again.
Wow.
This
it went
is where
This is
you
there.
where
go.
you are,
This-
and we finally see it. You finally showing yourself to yourself.
it's mirror time, Greg.
Let me say this.
Yeah,
we spent enough time. You're good.
We keep going to the cooler after that, but like you had a bar idea.
Yeah,
we're
man.
gonna campfire both.
I
or
think
something.
cooler's been a little flushed.
Tell me if this is an idea that maybe it's not a great idea. Okay. It's called Do I Still Got It? Right? And it's a restaurant where all married people go. And the deal is we're not gonna have sex, but everyone gets to pick up each other in here to see if you still got it. You know, like I'd like to go to a woman in a bar and be like, hey girl, that nose ring has got me going crazy. You know, and then she goes, you like
So
nose?
far, all your fake pickup lines are nuts.
Yeah, it's just like give it. That's a 10. Give us a 6. I want to know.
Is that I do like a nose ring. A 6. Okay, a 6. I walk in and I go, oh, I like your jeans. They're probably not from Target. You probably go to a nicer place. I don't know how to pick up a woman.
Man, mystery? Are you here with us?
Yeah, but how great would that bar be, right? Because then you could go in, you could still keep that energy, have that fun, and then you go home with your wife. You go, honey, first of all, I got 7 today.
I had a question. Is it somewhere that it's like everyone has to be married and everything stops at the door? Like there's no actual escalation, or do you go with your partner and you both go hit on other people and it's like a couples activity?
It could be anything, but the rule is everyone has to be happily married. You can't go in there if you're like it's on the way out.
Measure that at the door.
Well, you have to be honest with yourself. And I want to entice. It's something I'd have to invent. This doesn't exist, but you
I
have
like it.
Yes. Yeah. This doesn't exist, but to make this bar truly work, because they're probably going to run into is people are going to have a good time and then they're going to want to have sex. Right. So when you get to the door, we inject you with some kind of like AIDS, right?
AIDS?
That when you leave. But that's why I said I have to invent
There's
this.
always a medical part to your idea.
Yes, everything is so medical.
And what Greg said, I work in the hospital.
It never leaves you, I'm always trying to, but the AIDS is something I'd have to invent because it has to be something that when you leave, you stamp yourself out. Like it's like, the AIDS are gone, completely gone from your body. But while you're here.
But if everybody's working with the same issues.
No, they all get AIDS and they all fuck again. You're right.
It's just, there just need to be rules.
Yeah, you're gonna run.
We don't have to inject people with viruses. You could just be like, hey, by the way, the rule here is that you're not supposed to have sex with the other people. And if we find out you do, you can't come back.
God damn it! I thought this was talking.
You can't come back.
You can't come back.
You can't come back to do I Still Got It.
Yeah.
You're allowed to go other places, but this
you can't
is
come back there
the whole
there's
business.
A safe...
Exactly, is predicated upon just like in the same way you retire from playing NBA basketball, you could still go to a gym and shoot around.
Yeah.
All right,
but you're not going to be in the game again.
Yeah.
So this whole thing is predicated upon you cannot sleep with anyone, but this is just for you to know that you still got it. So if you break that rule, you cannot come back.
What about massages?
All right.
In a restaurant?
No, so
I see what you're saying.
Can we get how far are they allowed to go?
I see.
Can we get a massage?
I think that's something that you and your partner have to agree to. Like everybody needs to,
Yeah.
No, but then the person I'm talking to, I want to be like, hey, you do massages? Because I don't want to waste my time if I'm not going to get a massage out of this.
Just go to a massage parlor.
But then I got to get jerked off and I don't want to do that.
You're going to walk in the Do I Still Got It?
You're afraid that
and somebody goes, what's your name? What do you do? And you go, lady, we're on the clock here. Are you doing massages or not?
Let's go to free massage.
Did you just say the problem with going to get a massage is that then they're going to jerk you off?
Hey,
That's not automatic.
Well, I don't know what places you're going to, but you're paying too much money. My place is dirt cheap. And she wants that D.
I told you that one.
Give it to me. That's what she said. I'm not. I will take it. Fight me. And then we fight on the wood board. Kind of like the pit in Mortal Kombat. I fight this woman on this wooden massage table because she wants my D so bad. And I say, this $5 massage ain't worth it.
$5?
Yeah. And then I uppercut her into the fucking spikes. That's the clip. It's not the clip. Anyway, it's fun when you realize the car's going. There we are, man. Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. I don't remember what we were talking about.
Do you still got it?
You still got it. Yeah.
Right. But would you feel okay? Would you feel okay watching your partner, some guy flirting with
Some people, I think that's something they like. Not going to yuck a yum.
That's the thing is I don't want this to be a cuck bar because it's immediately going to turn into a cuck bar.
Right.
We can have a cuck bar, but this isn't the cuck bar.
Right.
Okay. You want a safe place to just kind of like flex the flirting muscles because it's a fun thing to do, but you want to know that there's no escalation.
Yes, this goes directly in line with the theme park I always wanted where I can go and see if I can get away with a murder. right? But I don't want to murder anybody. I want to go to a place.
Murder park.
Murder park. You go, you kind of fake murder someone.
Everybody ends up a skeleton in a school afterwards.
And you see if you can get away with it, right? They have fake cops there who were once cops, real cops. And now they're, now they work at, maybe they're failed cops. They work at Murder Park and they go, all right, we're going to solve a crime. I want to know if I can get away with a murder. I want to go away.
It's like an escape room type
situation. But it's a full city, like Disney World, where I can use all of the resources of a city.
Here's my one concern, I guess. I don't want people living in Talktown to have the evidence that they can get away with a murder.
This is such a good point.
Like, if you
it's a murder training camp.
It's practice.
Now all of a sudden we see ISIS just sending people there for free.
Yeah,
we pay for everything. Go
especially
check it out.
if it becomes a destination for people outside of Talktown.
You're gonna see my man Wells hawking some skeletons.
It's called Murder Castle.
Yeah, this guy came with his wife so many times, and then one day he didn't.
And when prompted about it, all he said was, "Yeah, she gone.
She left. She's on vacation." And you go, "Man, I saw his scores. I'm not gonna." I go, "Oh yes, he was." Here's the thing. I'll say this.
So that's my concern.
That is 1,000% the reason that doesn't exist in this world today.
I do think you're right.
Because I do think this is a fun thing that people would love to do, and I think a lot of people went, "We can't train people to become the greatest."
We can't teach them how to escape the cops if they kill someone.
Right, right.
We can't have a hand in that.
No,
for
as
sure.
a city, we certainly can't be involved.
I think you're right because the rise of true crime podcast, just our obsession with true crime, and I'm sure this has been talked about to be done, and this point has been brought up.
Do you think there are billionaires who have paid to do this experience? Because I'm sure billionaires are like, "Hey man, set this up for me. I want to see if I can get away with a murder." Or they probably just murder someone they get away with.
I think they just do it.
Using money.
I think they go, "Why the game?
Yeah.
Why would we
I
ever
play
do
a
the
game
game
when I could just do it for real?
This is how you get away with money.
In every warehouse I own. I'm Jeff Bezos.
But the thing is, they're not creative, right? Because how do I get away with a murder? Easy. I murder them, and then I just pay everyone.
Right.
It's like, that's not fun.
Yeah, there's no fun there. There's no fun there.
No.
Right. They'll make murder efficient.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're in it for the weird romance.
The
of
fun.
It.
I want to know if, and here's the thing, when I murder a person in a murder park, it's always actually an accident, but looks like I did. Right? So it's like, fuck, my wife fell on my knife. How do I got to cover this up because they're going to think I stabbed her. Right? So now I got to be like, okay, here's where am I going to put the body? And let me tell you this. I don't want to think about that.
Okay.
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 We'll stop it.
That went.
We'll stop it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. I get it.
Mike said this to me, and I'll tell you, let's not do a joke. If my wife dies, no more wives. I do. I just live the rest of my life with me and my kids.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh, okay.
Someone's got to talk. Someone's got to talk. I'm going to cry.
No. Oh, man. Alex, what are we at, man?
Yeah, how much time?
We're at 55.
Oh, maybe we have to go longer. I don't want to cry. Oh, you want to end on the cry? No, I'm good. I'm good now.
Well, I know. I mean, we're about there anyway.
Yeah.
And you're gonna burst into tears.
No. We got to end on a high note, on a fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. I think that's really funny that because
That you cried?
Yeah, I didn't sleep last night. I didn't sleep last night again. It was
Yeah, get some sleep, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't sleep because why didn't I sleep last night? My stupid kid wanted to sleep with me. That guy got so fucking hot, and then he's just so hot he kicks you.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah, kids run hot, I think.
Yeah. You know the thing where you're like, I want to have sex
In
on
general,
the beach,
like,
and you then just all stand in your butt and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
That's what sleeping with kids is like. It's like, I would love to sleep with my kid.
I believe that.
And he's kicking me.
He's kicking me.
He's so hot. He's so crazy hot.
There's got to be another analogy for you to use.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You know what it's
yeah.
like when you fuck on the beach? That's what it's like to sleep with
a
your
kid.
child.
I will say that there's two types of people that know about this. There's parents and then there's another kind. Two people go, yeah, they do go hot. And you're like, that guy's not an uncle or a dad. How do you know? How do you know? That's a good opening date question.
I spent a week in the Bahamas.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I want to go back to the bar thing.
Please.
Of you go back to the bar and you could just that's where he goes. I want to see if I want to try some of these new techniques now. I got married. I got all this confidence.
Totally.
And I can't do shit with it.
Yeah, I'm all for this idea. I think it's going to be difficult to regulate.
Right.
That's the thing.
But I think if you have like hard, fast rules, this place is going to be a place that requires hard rules.
Hard
Right.
rules.
And if you break one of the rules, you just have to be out.
Yeah.
Because it's very delicate. But I do think there is something to that of like, yeah, you miss that.
Yeah.
You miss the excitement that comes with that. And imagine the excitement without the pressure of like, is this going to happen or
Yes.
not? Wow,
Yes.
that's a great time.
Yeah.
Also, I'm at an age now where I'm not good at sex anymore. I'm not. I'm just not good.
Yeah,
I'm
you
over
kinda
it.
That's
age
off
out
the
of it.
table. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my wife and I, when we went through like an issue with the sex, it wasn't. I forgot, and then we started having sex again. I'm like, I don't know how to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm relearning. It's like I was shot in the back of the head, and they went, he's still alive, but he's gonna have a long time to recover. And that's the way I am with sex. It's like, where does this go? I'm regarding Henry. That's what I've become in the bedroom. I've become a regarding Henry. Where do I put this thing?
Oh man, regarding Greg.
You forgot
What
how to
a
sex-
movie. A man that gets shot in the back of the head and can't have sex the way he once did. Regarding Greg.
Well, can we keep it realer where it's a movie about a guy whose wife stops having sex with him because of things, but we get over those things and now they have to relearn sex like they both had a stroke and they're fatter. And they're fatter, so it's harder.
I'd like to thank the Academy
Yeah.
and everyone who believed in this project.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I'd like to thank this girl on Instagram who shows her butt because that got me going that day. And I said, honey, why am I looking at this when I got you? And she said, don't look at me like that. And I chased her down and I grabbed her and I put her head under the sink. And I said, turn the water on. You'll get it. You'll get it. I never waterboarded my wife. There's just nothing to know. There's nothing I need to know. I got it all. What am I going to do this for? Fun? If she gets a secret, then maybe I'll think about it. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. That's
Well,
perfect.
That's a good way to end.
yeah.